Hello, it's Emma Mills here and Ralph, and welcome to episode 96 of MiTV. And I'm going to get straight into it today. I'm going to be addressing one sole question. So when you, as the owner of the business, and you start on your own, how do you get rid of everybody thinking you are the sole person to go to? So no matter, I've got 10, 11 staff now, no matter, even when you start to grow your business and you get customers who know you from old suppliers and people that come directly to you and think, well, they probably think you are the quickest way to sort things out, the only way to sort things out, it's going to be easier, you'll just deal with it because it's them. And if you're in that situation, I know that you will do that as well sometimes because it's easier and you've got a relationship, but also looking at the bigger picture, if you are going to grow your business in any way, shape or form, there has to be things that you no longer deal with, and it's not impolite or rude to direct people who can help them quicker and faster, and because that's their role. That's what you need to do. And I had a customer who a couple of weeks ago actually said to me, Emma, so I have got a real issue with, because she is an individual with a virtual outsourced team and she knows all of her customers, all of her suppliers, they will always come to her. And no matter how much she has tried to implement an assistant, a PA, any member of the team, people will find it, I guess it's just people don't like change, and it's a habit to try and get out of. People will just email her back without CCing anybody in and say this request, or here is the answer, or this is what I need you to do. And she was really struggling with the fact of, how do I extricate myself from, if this needs organising, how do I make sure that they're not coming to me and I get my PA or whoever it might be involved in it? And it is definitely something that you have to learn as you start to grow a business. How can you not think you are accessible? How can you not let people think you are accessible all of the time, and that my time is there, that your time is theirs, and they can just encroach on it whenever they want? Now, I know it's a balancing act, because as you grow, you don't just kind of extricate yourself and you have good relationships, but there is a way of managing it really well, and that's what I'm going to answer today. So I've got three rules. I've got three rules that if you stick by them, they are going to extricate you from the day-to-day, and people will get to understand that you are no longer the person to solve every single thing in the business. So, number one, you need to send an intro email. If you have got an assistant or any person helping you, whatever remit that is in, my advice is to send an intro email out, introducing them to customers, suppliers, and understand that what you're doing is actually helping your customers, suppliers, community, and that this person is going to be able to help them faster, quicker, get back to them. Their job will be dedicated to giving them a better service. So you need to introduce them in that way that they will be able to help them better, and it will be a better thing for them and the business and the experience that they get. Number two, and this comes back to it in MiTV so many times, you have to value your own time. You cannot just let time vampires drain everything out of the week. Before you know it, things that you plan will disappear from you, things that you had in the diary, things that you were planning to do, things you wanted to focus on. If you react to every single request or email that comes in, time is just going to disappear, and it can seem such like a quick win at the time to help or respond to something or reply to something. But when you are not dedicating time to good work, to high value stuff, to chunking time to get things done, it's not going to move your business forward. And those quick reactions, just making sure emails get replied to or your inbox is at zero, is not really is not really the best use of your time. It's a waste. So you always have to feed it back to your time is really flipping important, and anybody that tries to take it from you has to have a really good reason on why they're doing that. So always keep that in mind, because it's going to dictate how you make these decisions. So number one, introduce the person you're working with and say they are there to help them and give a better experience. Number two, value your own time. And number three, once you get into this, you need to be strict with it, and if you need to just forward emails and let that person, that PA, that VA, that assistant, whoever it is, you need to just forward them on and let them deal with it so that the reply comes directly from them. And most human beings don't like change, and I think it takes something like 30 days for a habit to form. So it will take a little time. It should take a month or two for people to understand that actually now whoever it is that's in the business is now dealing with that part of it, and going to you will probably take a bit longer, or it's actually not the right thing to do. So it will take a little time. So if you're in that situation where you're either on your own or you're about to get somebody to help you, or you have a small team, but so much stuff still ends up on your desk, as long as you stick to these 3 rules, and it will take time, it will slowly but surely, people will realise, actually, I won't email her anymore. I know that her assistant or her ops manager, whoever, can deal with it better. But just stick with it. And it's one of those things that once you start to get into it, and it will, it will create better things for you in your time, that it will work really well. So introduce the people that are working for you to the outside world, so they know who they are, they know they're qualified to do a really good job for them. Stick to it, and as emails start to come in, just forward them on and let them deal with them. So that is my top tip for extricating you from actually being the Emma this, Emma that. Can you do this, Emma? Can you sort this out? Can you do that? Because it's not going to get you to where you want to be. And I hope that tip helps you to get your head out of the cloud, out of the dirt and into the clouds. I actually feel like I've not been saying that at the end of every episode recently. I need to check that. But I hope it helps you to get your head out of the dirt and into the clouds. And I will see you next week for episode 97. See you then. Bye-bye.